What is going on to you, Aquarius? So you have the Temperance, the Fool, and the Queen of Wands. Um, so these three cards right here are about you being you. The Queen of Wands is a queen that really doesn't back down from being themselves. And what I mean when I say doesn't back down, I mean from the perspective of the Queen of Wands is looking to get more in touch with the real them, and it's coming from a place of innocence and a sense of purity, right? Queen of Wands is a queen that very much so wants to get to know themselves better and translates that outward in the way that they interact with people. Now, Queen of Wands is a queen where if you can't necessarily, it's not going to be very easy, depending on who it is, to really actually deal with the queen, because this person is straight up, you know. So the Temperance and the Fool now represents you, Aquarius, being like this, and understanding the wisdom that comes with being straight up. You realize that the more you are yourselves is the more that other people can't interact with you the way that you would like them to, because that rhymes. Because so many people are caught up with their ego and trying to inflate their ego. They're trying to prove, and we're getting into another layer of it, they're trying to prove that everybody in the world wants them. They're trying to prove it. And they don't really seem to understand no. They don't really seem to understand the nuance of when somebody is interested in you, appreciate the fact that they're interested in you, and don't really take people's interest for granted, right? But that's not how you, Aquarius, are actually moving at. You, Aquarius, are moving in a way where you're gaining self-knowledge. You're gaining knowledge about yourself. And that the darker natures of you, Aquarius, you're actually bringing to the light, meaning you are becoming aware of it. Because we all have dark side. Like all of those light magicians that love and light and all that stuff. Now, once again, I'm not knocking people who say stuff like that, but you know, those light magicians, you know, they don't realize that you have to go through dark shadow work in order for you to become a light magician. They don't understand that you have to do that first. So they end up jumping into the fray first. And why that becomes a problem is because they want to be light magicians, light, right? Love and light. And everyone is starting to realize that the vast majority of a lot of those light workers, a lot of them have real mental problems. And I'm not knocking them for that, but I'm saying that the ideology behind it of trying to do something great, but it ends up turning into to trash. But you, Aquarius, are actually doing it the correct way, in the sense that that's what it means to bring things into light, meaning that to make aware and to reveal elements about yourself that you may have, that was in your subconscious, you may have denied. Now you're bringing it out. And some of those things are the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Your ability to talk to people. Sometimes when it comes to getting to know people, you, Aquarius, could be in a situation where people that you are dating get really jealous because they think that you smashing the people that you talking to. And they don't understand that certain zodiac signs will naturally have people come to them, like Virgo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have a group of people around. Like, those zodiac signs may even could be Capricorn, but but those zodiac signs that I named for sure, those are natural predisposition to people will flock to them. These are people that know on average way more people than the average Joe. And the reason why I'm saying that is because statistically, right? Statistically, most of us, when we pass on throughout our lives, we probably know, I don't even want to get the numbers wrong, I'll say we probably get to know about 6,000 people in our lifetime, if I'm not mistaken. About 6,000. Is it 6,000? We probably will talk to about 6,000 people and have interactions. I'm talking about like conversational interactions at the very least with at least 6,000 people. But like, you got to understand that Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Leo, those are zodiac signs, right? You Aquarius, y'all, those are zodiac signs where you will have more interpersonal interactions with people, more than the average 6,000. It'll probably be like, I don't know, 10,000. So you have situations like this, Aquarius, where you'll have people that will try to chastise you because of the fact that you're an Aquarius, and you're going to naturally have a lot of people that you are associated with. Pisces is another one. And you got to understand that since that's the case, people have to take that into consideration to stop tripping out over that, right? Like the other zodiac signs like Aries, more selective. Taurus, not necessarily so much. It's about the type of people, right? Cancer, crabs, type of people, right? Capricorn, type of people. And the thing is that the Five of Cups now represents, and that's some of the things that you kind of getting down on about yourself, about the idea that you Aquarius are kind of shamed at the fact that these were parts of yourself that you would try to humble down and kind of, hold on a second, humble down and have to, you know, humble about yourself and kind of squander that and dim your light because of the fact that other people get so upset because if they see you talking to somebody. But the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands represents you're not doing that anymore. In order for a person to interact with you, they will have to embrace those darker parts of yourself that you have brought to the table. That they are not necessarily going to like. They're going to have to learn to accept. And I'm not talking about this as a pass for being dysfunctional. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things about yourself. Like for me, for instance, I'm talking about things like me being a Virgo myself, Pisces ascendant, right? I'm using myself as an example. I have Aquarius in my chart, right? Whenever it is I would get myself into a situation where I'm talking to some of these people, me and this person is showing each other interest, they're so worried about what I do here on YouTube. They're so worried about the people that I, the women that I meet. They're so worried about, the people that I talk to. They're sitting up there thinking, am I going to go ahead and cheat? And I'm trying to explain to them, listen, chill out. Because if I'm dating you at this exact moment, or if I'm talking to you, chill out. Because I'm getting to know just you at the moment. But I would watch a whole lot of people spaz out because of the fact that they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to actually be sociable enough to not be so tripped out over it. So guess what happened? I would end up having to stop talking to them because here comes their craziness, and I'm not dealing with this. I'm not tolerant of the fact that you want to control me based off of some goofy stuff. And it's the same situation for you, Aquarius. If they're going to hang out with you, they're going to have to accept this about you. You're going to know more people than the average person. It is what it is. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups represents, they will have to actually, the two of you will have to fit into each other's lives. It's not just one way. They'll have to fit into yours. You'll have to fit into theirs. But it's going to have to work, because if it doesn't, and if they are so quick to draw lines, these are not necessarily people that you would want to have around anyway. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups. So to clarify the Knight of Cups, you have the Temperance, the Page of Wands, the Judgment, and then you have the Eight of Wands. This is what I'm talking about. You're using, and you already have the Temperance. Once again, using your own wisdom to understand when somebody is trying to run game on you, they're trying to isolate you. They don't want you to hang out with the people that you're hanging out with. And it's not like you're hanging out with them every day. No, they don't want you hanging out with them at all. And the thing is that the Judgment and the Eight of Wands represents, that's a relationship that's not really going to work. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.